Hello Capricorn, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess. This is your fortnightly reading for September the 16th through to the 30th. So moving from Virgo season into Libra season. It is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. Let's see what we can get for you, hey Capricorn. I wonder how you've gone with your beautiful Virgo cousin, your other earth energy. Let's see what we can get for you. The Hanged Man, crossed by the Five of Swords, crowned by Justice. At the base, we have the Nine of Swords, recent past, the High Priestess, the near future, the Ten of Swords. You in the situation, we have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Swords as energy surrounding you, the Death card, hopes and fears, and the Eight of Wands. And at the base, we have the Four of Wands. So I feel like here, Capricorn, there's a big ending and a new beginning here. There is like wanting it, but not wanting it at the same time. But kind of, I feel like there's something necessary here that's coming out and leaving. But it could be bringing quite a bit of stress around the situation. But we shall have a look at this. Let's look at it. Does seem to resolve in a positive direction though. So I'm just going to pull an animal spirit card before we look at the cards in more depth. We've got two that have come out for you. We have Starfish and Firefly. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so let's start the reading off with one of these Journey of Love cards that we have here. What can we have for Capricorn? What energy can we have for you, Capricorn? Okay, we have, devotion to the small. Isn't that really beautiful? And I think that this is all about, the smallest seed that you plant in your life can suddenly become the biggest and hugest thing. But whilst it's small, you really need to care for it and tend it and look after it. And it's about paying attention to the details of the small things in your life, everyday occurrences, daily tasks. And this can be, you wanting to go out and do some gardening or looking after animals or looking after children for some of you, or something small like about your daily appearance. It could be, getting eyebrow wax or something like that. But I feel like very much there's a connection to a very grounded energy that's coming in, especially around home and nature. So this seems to be really important to you, Capricorn. I will read what the book says, just in case there's something really beautiful for you here, because there's usually really lovely messages. It says, the message of this oracle for you is that your blossoming is occurring now, and the Earth Mother has gratitude for your presence within her being, for the work you are doing to help other human beings. She asks you to surrender any concern you have to her, to let her creative power continue to gently guide you into your rightful place in the world, that you may shine as you were born to do in service to the evolution of this planet. She is helping you now. Trust her. So, yeah, really important energy to connect in with that Earth Mother. And like I said, I can see a very definite ending here and a very definite new beginning and some big changes coming through. So I think, that will help you both physically and mentally get through this big change, because big changes are always come with challenges. It will also help that grow energetically within you, this new thing that's blossoming in your life. So it's really hopeful and beautiful, Capricorn. It feels really like this energy just feels like your energy. It feels like you're just stepping back home into your element. So, and it's just like I can breathe a sigh of relief and feel replenished. You might want to do some meditations, like being shown those meditations where you imagine your feet are roots of the earth and you're connecting deep in and finding replenishment through the beautiful nutrients in the soil and feeling really grounded. It's that kind of really lovely energy, Capricorn. So stepping into your earth energy is going to be really important to get through this next phase and allow this new beginning to come in. So let's see. What message do you have for Capricorn, angels? Message for Capricorn. Message for Capricorn. It almost feels like a totally different realm, a different space going to the angelic realm, because I feel so grounded and earthy right now. Do you have a message for them? Oh, we do. Improving health. So, yeah, first up, straight up, we were getting looking after yourself, looking after your body, your health improving. And this can be just small things to do with diet as well. So, yeah, that's really positive. I feel like this grounded energy is replenishing for you, Capricorn. So let's get stuck into the main part of the reading. We've got as a situation the Hanged Man crossed by the Five of Swords. And there's very much a conflict here that you probably maybe don't know how to resolve. It's like, I just need some time out. It feels like I don't know which way, how to move forward here. I'm trying to surrender to the process, but it's not becoming really super clear how to move forward. And it's so right in front of you, the Five of Swords. This is very much like a personal conflict with someone or a group or a situation that has maybe involved petty bickering or quarrels or a fight of some sort, some kind of competitive one-upmanship. It's got that kind of energy to it. It's fairly low vibrational and pretty petty, but it's something that you are you're going quite into quite a space to work out how to resolve this. So I do feel like you're going into kind of an enlightened space almost, Capricorn. That's why I think connecting in with that earth energy is going to be really helpful to help you find those answers as to how to deal with this. Because I do feel like it's stressing you out. I feel like stress could have been affecting you. And so I'm getting very clearly your nervous system, your adrenals, all those sort of physical things are that have been affected recently are improving. There's improving health around a lot of that stuff. We have thank you, George. George agrees, and he's a very earthy kind of energy as well. So he likes piping up. That's George, my rooster, if you're wondering who that is in the background. Thanks for introducing yourself, George. So this is actually in your conscious mind. We have Justice, and this is a Libra energy. We're heading into Libra season as well, so it might be, the change of the seasons. We'll often think about what sort of changes are happening in our world, in our life. The Justice card is about putting an end to something that has been imbalanced and has not potentially been fair, righting a wrong, being very clear. It's very clear energy. I just get the words putting an end to something. The truth comes out. It's very clear. It could be related to contracts or legalities, but I feel like there's this very, very clear intention in your mind to want to resolve this, Capricorn. It's just, it might not be clear how to go about it. So, and that's because I think at the base you have this Nine of Swords. It might be, this is deep down energy that's happening, and we need to scratch the surface further because this Nine of Swords is just a subconscious block. There's going to be a lot more going on deep down that's positive and happening on a deeper spiritual level, and we'll look at that in the deep read, in the extended read. But if this is coming up as a deep down energy that is dictating the rest of the reading, it's because stress and anxiety and overthinking and fearful reactions to things is it could be sleepless nights, insomnia, the need to that it's kind of can be coming up and having a big effect on you at this moment in time, Capricorn. This is kind of, you might be losing some sleep over something that's been stressing you and worrying you, this conflict. And yes, it could be related to, when I say contracts, it can be That can relate to soul contracts with people. It can be job contracts. It can be bank mortgages and loans. It can be like rental agreements. It can be all sorts of things like that, that there's something that needs to be adjusted and resolved in that kind of very concrete reality world. So we have in the recent past, speaking of concrete reality, the opposite of that. We have the High Priestess, and she is very much an intuitive energy. This is very much opening up to your psychic third eye, intuitive abilities here. And I feel like you've known this was happening. You've actually kind of been feeling your way through this intuitively, which is, thank you, George, which has been helpful. I do actually feel like this has been a helpful process, but it's like the intuition has been more like a forewarning that this is coming up, more so than giving you the answers as to how to resolve it, is kind of the feeling I'm getting with this High Priestess. So it's more preparing you to be ready for something, that some kind of impending conflict is about to come up and be resolved. But at the same time, it is something that could challenge you in your material world. So we have in the near future the Ten of Swords, and thank goodness it's over. That's all I can say, because this energy's been worrying you. We've gone from the 9 to the 10. Finally, there's a resolution. And yeah, it can come with some exhaustion, even ill health. Sometimes these situations of stress can make you sick, or you can just be really tired and needing to have a break, or it could just be a really big thing that took a lot out of you, like physically, mentally, all of the above. But it's always darkest before the dawn, and that you may be feeling that. You could have been feeling that. It will be different. But the good news is with this Ten of Swords is it's finally over and the new dawn is rising and the darkness is clearing. You may not know that or feel that yet. Well, I think you do know it, but it's just a matter of you can't actually get up and embrace it yet, because it's taken its toll on you pretty much. And, this reading, it may not resonate for all of you, Capricorn, and, there's varying degrees of it. When I say there's darkest before the dawn and there's a lot of stress and worry, there's varying degrees of that. For some of you, this can be full on, knock you out, need to take a couple of days off work, need to rest. For others, it can just be, a mild something that's been slightly in the background that you were kind of thinking about. It's a slight anxiety. So it's kind of going to affect you all differently, but it does feel like this is something that is being resolved. Particularly around a relationship and a home, it's going to bring in happiness and stability around that, which is good. So you're presenting as the Queen of Wands, and this is you're determined to bring this to a successful fruition, which is actually really positive. I do understand that the shadow side has been playing havoc a little bit, but she also has the shadow side at her at her feet, sorry. That black cat there represents the shadow side, and here it is kind of wreaking havoc down in your subconscious. But you're managing to overcome that. Even though you're very resilient, you're able to just go, look, I understand there's a lot of stress and this situation could be quite stressful and worrying me, but I'm just putting that in a box over there. And then I'm going to sit and I'm going to work out how to resolve this and how to fix this, because I know I can. And so yes, it's a very empowered energy, which I'm really loving for you, Capricorn, to come in around this. Surrounding energies, you've got the Ace of Swords, and I think this is exactly the energy you need to resolve all this situation that's here. It brings in the truth. It brings in clarity. Suddenly everything becomes super clear, and the high vibration energy that comes through, it clears and cuts away all the toxins, any misunderstandings. It frees you from a space that you've felt very stuck in. So this could be someone with a very clear mind, if this is not how you're feeling, Capricorn, because you've got that Nine of Swords. I do feel like, it's like you've got this determination to succeed. There is clarity here, in your conscious mind, I think just deep down subconsciously there's something bugging you with that Nine of Swords. But in your environment, it's pretty clear what needs to happen. Or there's someone very close to you that understands that that exactly what needs to happen. So I feel like all the cards are on the table here. Everybody knows what the situation is, and it's just waiting for an outcome. But it feels really positive. It cuts the ties, it cuts the cords with energy that is not needed in that. And so we have as the hopes and fears, the Death card, and it makes so much sense because this is the big transformational change, the ending and the new beginning that's coming in here. And yes, you want this, of course you do. It's something you're really, really wanting. But at the same time, if it's taking so much out of you, it's also a hard thing to wish for. So it's kind of, it's understandable because it's a big energy to be playing with there. What we have as the outcome, again, there's a fresh clarity here, the Eight of Wands. Now, the interesting thing I'm being shown, this is the only card of the deck that, it doesn't have a person or a human or some kind of, like a hand or something in it. It's just very much the fact that this news or information's coming in. It feels quite clinical, so it might be an email, it might be a text, it's something. I don't feel like it's it's very clear and direct communication. So I feel like the news is coming from either a verdict or something that's not a human opinion. It's some kind of judgment or it's hard to describe. What am I trying to say with this? It's not like sometimes this card is like someone being very truthful and honest in a very direct conversation between two people. I'm getting that even though a person might be delivering this to you, the energy of it or the source of it's coming from like a higher thing, like an institution or something like that that's not human. It just kind of has this energy to it, Capricorn, for some of you. It seems to be, it might be a bank. It could be the government. It could be the law, a courtroom. It could be, it's just something it's almost like a computer's come up with this form, computers just gone blah, 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 87251, and they're your numbers. And you go, oh, okay, I've got that. You've won $10,000 and you've received it in an email or something like that. But this is brings through a swift change, a much wanted swift change. And I feel like this suddenly brings you into the new energy that you're looking for. So it's going to bring a lot of stability to the home. With this Four of Wands energy, this is kind of often the happy home card, the happy partnership. There's celebration around this card, celebration around the home. It's got the 1111 here with the two wands. So there's an equilibrium between the two partners. Something very equal has come in, building a good foundation. It could be related to twin flames or a very strong partnership that's going to grow even stronger. So it brings in the stability, and this is all such an unstable energy, but there's just this really, really strong, rational energy that doesn't even feel human. That's why, but it could be humans that are just not connected to any kind of emotion. It's just weird energy. It's like it could be divine energy as well, but it just comes in and kind of goes sorting it all out for you, Capricorn. So message, animal spirit message energy from soul and spirit, we have firefly and starfish. So, you're going to feel happier. You are definitely going to feel happier, especially those deep down emotions that have been affected by this energy. So that's good. And the firefly, there'll be moments of this. I don't feel like it's fully, there'll be moments of happiness, moments of illumination. You'll have it might feel, the energy I'm trying to get with this is that this is like you've got to wait for this energy to kind of land, to feel the depth of this contentedness. So you're going to have moments of happiness whilst you're recovering. There's a period of recovery here. I do feel like there's celebration here. I just feel like for some reason that there's something stopping you having the energy to fully celebrate. So, but we'll look at that more in the deep read. I'm just going to pull one card around that. Just if this is where you're leaving me and not coming over to the deep read, just going to pull one more card for the Eight of Wands for Capricorn. Because it does feel like it resolves, but it just does feel like, and that you are going to feel happy, but again, and it is something that's just going to take a while for you to fully absorb and process what's happened here. Yeah, we have the King of Swords. So, yeah, I feel like you're going to get that clarity of mind back. You're going to get all those overthinking and stress and effect that has affected your mind. You're going to be feeling a lot happier, able to make some very clear decisions about your life again, stepping into this lovely, clear energy of the King of Swords. So there's clarity and there's determination, and there's a sense that of ownership of your space, of your world again. So it's actually really lovely, Capricorn. So I feel like this is something long overdue that needed to be worked out, something that's kind of been in conflict and out of balance in your life for a while. So I hope this resonates for some of you. If it does, we're going to have a look at this in more detail in the extended reading and look at the future beyond this. So the link is in the description box below. If this is where you're leaving me and we're leaving each other, thank you so much for listening to the reading. I do hope that it resonated, or parts of it resonated, and it helped. If it does, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment. I always like to hear your comments. And take care, Capricorn. I'll see you next time. Bye.